Alright, hey guys, what's up? It's Blaze, back with some more Bandai TCG content for y'all. Now, I actually just got back to my house after having completed 2 different Bandai TCG Regionals in a row over the weekend. First one being the Gundam TCG, and the second one being the Union Arena TCG. So, I thought, given that, I don't do back-to-back competitive events like this super often, this is the first time I've done something quite like that before. It would be cool to kind of take y'all along with me and just sort of document the experience, what it's playing like, and my mind state going into and at the end of these 2 major events. So let's get on the road and let's go. Alright y'all, well I made it here to Richmond. I'm at my family member's crib here, but unfortunately, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I screwed my back up really bad. I woke up this morning and I have just been in excruciating pain, so I'm about to just be laying on the couch and playing Mobile Suit Arena and maybe some cardboard kitsune to try to practice for tomorrow. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Barely slept at all. Off to a rough start, not gonna lie. I practiced some games on Mobile Suit Arena with both Blue Purple and Wing, and personally I decided to take Wing with some Sword Strike slotted in to hopefully give it a better chance against Blue Purple. This was my list if you're interested. Alright guys, it's the morning of day 1 of our 2 regionals. Right now it's going to be Gundam. I am still in Richmond. It's about 2 hours to get to Norfolk. It's like 7 right now. I think the tournament starts at 10. So we got about 3 hours. It's going to be 2 hours to get there. We gotta just get straight to it. Get on the road. My back was definitely still hurting, and I was pretty tired because I did not get much sleep the previous night. So, I needed to grab me a Red Bull and get the day going. The drive over to Norfolk wasn't too bad. It was a little bit longer than I would have liked, just being comfortable with having to drive both ways, both days, but traffic wasn't bad, and when I got there, it was a nice day. There was a giant battleship, I believe an assault carrier, being either built or maintained out in the bay. Felt pretty Gundam coded, not gonna lie. It was pretty neat to see. Pulled up and talked to one of the judges and realized I needed the correctly named token that spawned off the Justice Gundam. So I spent a bunch of time running around. Finally, my friend Calvin found it for me. After linking up with the homies, Calvin, Samus, and Nick, pairings were about to go up. Alright, I was running around looking for that token, and they just pushed the pairings 5 minutes early, so it's already hectic as shit. Alright, round 1 we just wrapped. It was red, white, ping versus, obviously I'm playing Wing. Pretty close game. He was removing all my stuff as soon as I played in the early game, but we got to late game. Obviously I was able to wing 0. I was able to breach bases with, Hero Yui wing combo. Yeah, so far so good. Alright, we just wrapped round 2. It was actually another red-white deck. This time the clan battle. It was Strike, clan battle, G-Quux, Omega Saikamu with removal events. Actually pretty similar to the deck that we saw round 1, surprisingly. Again, both rounds I've been blue purple on one side, blue purple on the other side, mirrors. Blue purple mirrors. So I think they're taking each other out, which would be kind of fire if we keep going up on the winner bracket and the blue purples eliminate each other, so we get some at least more interesting matchups. But yeah, so far so good. At this point, I was able to step out of the play hall for a minute and grab my event participation. Figured I'd go ahead and check out what I got out of the packs. Got a Gundam Hajiraboshi second form promo, and then in my other pack, I was able to get a Z Gok E. Actually, pretty cool looking card. The real treat out of the participation, though, by far was definitely the event pack, which can contain one of 3 resources, and I pulled definitely the best one here. This is a really nice looking resource, previously only available through the Chinese New Year pack, so I was very happy to have pulled that.
I just finished up round 3. Unfortunately, I did get cooked by a blue-purple. I guess it was time. I'm kind of mad because I sort of threw. I had an opportunity where I could have played 2 blockers and I probably would have won on the next turn. But instead I played Justice Gundam and a Amuro the token, which is just like, I really just shouldn't have done that. That was just a misplay. So yeah, that feels pretty bad. But hey, I'm just gonna keep on going and hopefully we can win out from here. All right, so yeah, we're on lunch break now. Just finished round 4. I stepped outside because I thought if I came out here, it would be quieter, you know, away from all the people who are, you know, all in the hotel for the tournament. But there's an entire parade happening directly on the street outside, so it's not necessarily that much quieter, but yeah, pretty crazy goings on around here today. The South Korean military just like pulled up, and there was like hella, you know, soldiers. The like young conscripted South Korean soldier guys were just all down in the lobby. Obviously, I didn't want to record them because, you know, that seemed like it'd be, I don't know, just not it. But yeah, round 4 went good. It was versus a red-blue, like pure removal deck. It got to the point where I took out all their shields really fast, but they were literally removing everything I had, and I had 4 pilots in my hand and no units, so it was just like top decking, drawing, trying to get to a unit that I could play out with Rush, because literally all his shields were gone. And yeah, eventually I was able to just finally just get out an Elfrith and put a Kira on it to just try to make it harder to kill. I was just trying to, man, this parade behind me is just going and going and going and going. Crazy. But yeah, so eventually it did get to a point where he only had like 3 cards in hand, and I dropped a unit. He couldn't quite ping enough to kill it, so I was able to just swing life and take game. All right, just finished round 6. I'm 4-2 right now. X2, I did lose a wing mirror because he got his Ultron down like before me, so yeah, it was just rough. But yeah, we're still in it. I'm gonna play out the next 4 rounds, and hopefully we can sneak in there. We'll see though. All right, so we did end up going X3. There's one more round. I'm gonna play it out. We can stay in top 128. I think with my tiebreakers, there's no way for me to get top 64 anymore, but it's still worth playing for the extra pack or whatever, I guess, but we'll see what happens. Took a dub on my final round, and for the first time playing Bandai card games so far, I actually didn't get screwed by the bubble down with my tiebreakers. I was able to grab top 64 and got this Machu promo. Honestly, I was a little bit disappointed by how the promo looked for being top 64, but hey, gonna take it, you know? All right, well, hey, all in all, not bad. Managed to finish in 54th place, snag a top 64 spot. I'm a little disappointed in that one game, round 3. I know I could have done better. I know I could have won that game, and I could have probably gotten a top 32. I guess technically with, you know, bubbling out, it might have still just been top 64 anyway. As far as X2s, I know not that many, like not all of the X2s are going to get into top 32, but it's not even really about the prizing. It's more about just the fact that I should have won that game. But it is what it is. We still got a top 64. We're not gonna be mad at that. We still got some extra prizing. I'm not gonna be mad at that. Let's drive back, lock in, and get another top tomorrow for Union Arena. Hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, not a bad start. After finishing up, I drove back to Richmond over to my cousin's house where they're actually having a nice bonfire. So sat around, hung out with the homies, hung out with the dog, drank some Modelo's, and just kind of cooled off for the evening. It was a nice come down after a long day of lots of Gundam card game.
All right, guys, it is now the morning of day 2. I may have drank a few too many last night. I was a little slow getting up. Feeling a little bit out of it, but I think I just need like a Red Bull or some coffee and some breakfast, and we'll just like snap back into it. So I'm gonna be playing Yellow Ava for Union Arena. I had the opportunity. My friend Troy gave me his Red Kenshin deck, but the thing about it is like I haven't played the deck very much, and I know it's really simple, but I've played a lot of Yellow Ava and I've had, you know, good success on it. I've won a decent amount of like, you know, smaller events like, you know, rare battles and stuff like that with it. So it's just a deck I feel a little bit more comfortable on. So I think I'm gonna stick with Yellow Ava for this. Day 2, it was a little chillier and it was looking like it might rain, so I hopped right on the road. Unfortunately, actually skipping breakfast as well, and went straight back to the hotel to get ready for Union Arena. There's actually a surprisingly huge turnout. There was Union Arena and Digimon, but lots of people there for UA. All right, back at the venue for day 2. I had to re-sleeve my Ava deck because I realized the yellow sleeves were a little bit too see-through, so got that out of the way. And then hopefully gonna meet up with some homies. I gotta give my friend Calvin some of his Gundam cards back, actually, that I was borrowing probably yesterday. But yeah, round 1's supposed to start theoretically in like 20 minutes, so we'll see how it goes. And yeah.
I definitely know I borrowed from him. If he, there's any more, just,
Do you want the sleeves? Do you want to?
Yeah, you're good. Just get the sleeves.
Alright, so we just finished up round 1. I was able to take it. Played against Blue Bleach, which was interesting. But yeah, he was trying to like sneak life with a little like 3K Ichigo that can't be blocked by 4Ks. But once I kind of figured out the strategy there, I was able to play around it pretty consistently by just like shoving up small bodies or playing little bodies off of my Ray blockers, then like using the Zero Mizatos to set up my little guys I was playing off the Osses. So I was able to take it pretty decisively. But yeah, let's see how round 2 goes. I was able to grab some breakfast really quick between rounds in the hotel lobby. And yep, Korean Army, back again. All right, just wrapped round 2. I had to play into Shadow Army solo leveling. Did take the W. It was a little bit unfortunate. He did not see the snipe impact Jinu at all. He got the mill one out instead, but you know, the deck's not built around mill as much, so it actually didn't have the impact. He did get down 3 Monarch's domains, which was kind of terrifying because like everything was swinging 7Ks every turn, but I was able to get enough removal to take his irons off the front line, and then set up 2 rays, got the block impact ray and the draw rays in my sideline so I could recur them a bunch of times. We took that one 2, heading into round 3, 2-0 so far. See what we run into next.
This time between rounds, I was able to go grab my participation. Wasn't anything super crazy, but I did get this cool regional action point and got an event pack. Just a normal Chihiro out of the event pack though. A little bit disappointing there.
Alright, just finished up round 3, took a dub, playing against Purple Toto. It was kind of a weird game. He swapped all my stuff around, put all my double energies on the front. So it put me in this crazy situation where I had to really puzzle out how to get my board back into good position. And I also didn't draw curves, so I just had to pass turn 2 with nothing, just AP drawing. But I did end up with 3 final events in hand, so I was able to just have a crazy turn where I just literally was able to go from nothing on the board with just 2 of my 0-drop rays in the back line to literally having 2 rays and 2 Maris on my front line on my 4 cost. So yeah, pretty tough.
All right, just finished up rounds 4 and 5. Couldn't record during them because I had to go to the bathroom in between them. And then I thought we were on lunch break, but turns out we weren't. I guess the lunch break got pushed back. But yeah, really rough pair of games. Lost both of them. Went from going undefeated to now being X2. Yellow Eva mirror on 1. He was able to just flood board, set up everything immediately. I got almost nothing but 0 costs and events for the whole game pretty much. So I just couldn't play anything on turn 2, which was really unfortunate. And then the round 5 was Kenshin. Pretty bad hand again. Close game though, I had him at 1, and then I was at 2 life, but then he was able to bottom deck my blockers, got out the impact Kenshin, and got out the double attack Kenshin as well, and was just able to swing, and then impact the last life. So yeah, we'll just see where it goes from here, I guess.
Alright guys, so I went on a bit of a losing streak after that last game and ended up scrubbing out of the UA Regional pretty hard. I went X4, so I just dropped, and I think what I'm gonna do is, I think since I'm not in contention to do anything, I'm just probably gonna go play the Gundam side event that's opening up here soon. So I'm thinking to do that.
Was doing great in the side event up to the final round, but lost it and got second. Did pull this nice chase card from the pack though. And with that, it was time to say goodbye to Norfolk, goodbye to the cool boat outside, and goodbye to my TCG homies after a long 2 days of card gaming. Alright, so after having completed both of those events and 1 side event, what are my feelings about how the booster box Bandai Regionals in Norfolk went for me? Honestly, I really had a good time. And thank you so much to all the friends who came out, who brought me the cards I needed because I wasn't organized enough and I was missing stuff. Or the tokens, as I mentioned earlier in the video. Hung out, talked about our games in between. My family for putting me up, obviously. Everybody, just thanks to everybody who, makes it possible for me to be able to do stuff like this. I had a really good time. I am a little bit upset at myself, not because, so day 1 I got top 64, I got 54th. I feel like I could have done better on day 2, and I also could have done better on day 1. Yeah, with Union Arena, man, I don't know. I didn't feel like I was playing badly. Maybe I was making mistakes that I wasn't noticing as much because it's kind of hard to grind Union Arena as much for me. I played the rare battles with that yellow Ava deck and did quite well with it. But it's not like Gundam where you can get on the sim as easily, or One Piece, and just crank out games and get really comfortable with all your lines. So there is the potential that I wasn't playing as well as I could be. But man, when it comes to Union Arena Regionals, I'm gonna be honest, it felt like so just luck based a lot of the time. Like when I won, it felt like, you know, I was getting pretty lucky, and then when I lost, it felt like I was just getting very unlucky. So for Union Arena, man, I don't know. I feel like it's like a fun game to play if you're already there with something. But the stress level of just trying to make these really, really terrible hands work and then just getting crushed by my opponents who are just consistently seeing their stuff, whether it was the yellow Ava mirrors or the red Kenshin. Those are both of the matchups I lost. But that one matchup with Kenshin where I was swinging at their life over and over, and it was final trigger. I don't know if I played that entire game optimally, but like it felt like I set up my winning line multiple times, and I just couldn't actually do it because they got lucky. And so that feels kind of bad, and that makes it feel like, this isn't really a game I would go out and play competitively, really, at like regionals and stuff, the way I think you can, like with Gundam and One Piece a bit more. So yeah, that was kind of just soured the experience a little bit. But overall, playing the two regionals back to back, it was a lot of fun. It was tiring. I was driving back and forth to Richmond from Norfolk to Richmond both days, and then back to Maryland. So it's a lot of driving. It was a lot of sitting in a hot room. They had us very, very packed together. But yeah, so as far as the overall experience, I think what Bandai's doing is really smart, which is that they're kind of encouraging people to exist in like the Bandai TCG ecosystem and not really go outside of it, because you have a lot of, you know, opportunities to do multiple events, whether it's these like back-to-back regionals. Digimon was there too. Digimon looked really fun. The Digimon players looked like they were having a lot of fun. They were shouting, they were getting excited, they were like doing this cheer together when the match started. I don't really know what it was, but it seemed really cool. Kind of made me want to go check out Digimon, although it's honestly a very intimidating game looking at it from the outside right now, with just how many card effects can be like on one thing. You know, you thought Yu-Gi-Oh was bad. Digimon kind of lets you like stack like a bunch of cards so they all combine together, which is nuts, but really cool also. Kind of makes me want to check it out. But it felt like if you're in the Bandai ecosystem, you like have the opportunity to do these different things, right? You could be playing Digimon, you could be playing Union Arena, you could be playing Gundam. I believe there was Dragon Ball there also. I think what they're doing makes sense. As somebody who primarily at this point plays Bandai TCGs, I've kind of stopped playing Magic for the most part. I haven't really played that much Yu-Gi-Oh in a long time. It is a little confusing, is a little like hard on the brain sometimes to remember, oh no, I put out 6 life cards instead of 7 on this one. Oh, no, I don't get to draw turn 1 in this game. I do get to draw turn 1 in that game. And so you can kind of like accidentally do stuff wrong. I caught myself about to do the wrong thing a couple times. I was like, no, that's not how this game works. But other than that, I think it's a lot of fun to just kind of play the field. So yeah, that was my experience at the regional. I hope you enjoyed my kind of like recounting of it. And until next time, peace.